Imagine a serene capital, Hanoi, known for its rich history and peaceful streets. But on October 13, 2023, tranquility shattered with the discovery of a gruesome crime. A fisherman and his wife, while navigating the Red River, stumbled upon something horrifying: a severed human leg floating eerily in the water. This discovery would unravel one of the most shocking murder cases in Vietnam's recent history. It began as an ordinary day for fisherman Tran Mon Jat and his wife as they set out on the Red River to fish. However, their routine was disrupted when they spotted an unusual object drifting in the water, approximately 30 meters from their boat. Initially dismissing it as trash or debris, the couple's curiosity grew. Upon closer inspection, their horror unfolded as they realized it was a severed human leg. Stricken with fear, they immediately contacted the authorities. When police arrived, a detailed search of the area commenced. Within hours, the investigation team uncovered a human skull hidden in nearby bushes and a torso entombed under layers of hastily poured cement along the riverbank. The body, dismembered and left in separate locations, bore signs of a violent death. Forensic analysis indicated that the victim, a young woman, had suffered multiple stab wounds and had been dead for at least 3 days. The chilling discovery marked the beginning of a complex investigation that would grip the nation. The following morning, the investigation took a significant turn when a woman came forward to identify the remains. Through a distinct lotus tattoo on the victim's ankle, she confirmed the deceased as her daughter, Ho Yen Nhi. Yen Nhi, born in 2006, was a young woman of exceptional promise and beauty. A rising star in Vietnam's pageantry world, she had recently earned the title of second runner-up in the prestigious Miss Ao Dai competition. Known for her radiant charm and dedication, she harbored aspirations of excelling in the arts, particularly as a student of the Hanoi Academy of Theater and Cinema. Her life appeared vibrant, filled with moments she shared sparingly on social media, often showcasing her involvement in community service. Friends and mentors described her as compassionate, driven, and humble, a beacon of positivity to those around her. This revelation struck a chord nationwide, transforming the case from a grim murder investigation to a heartbreaking tragedy involving a beloved public figure. The confirmation of Yen Nhi's identity cast a spotlight on her short but impactful life, amplifying the urgency for justice in the face of such a brutal crime. As the investigation unfolded, authorities quickly turned their attention to reconstructing Yen Nhi's final days, piecing together clues to identify her killer. Their efforts soon pointed to a prime suspect, Ta Dui Khan, a 38-year-old man from Tai Binh. Khan had been closely linked to Yen Nhi, and evidence of their connection began to surface. Bank records revealed a recent transaction of 50 million Vietnamese dong from Khan to the victim, raising suspicions about the nature of their relationship and the motives behind the payment. Investigators uncovered a pattern of interactions between the two, highlighting a complex and potentially tumultuous dynamic. Khan, who had presented himself as a successful and respectable businessman, was found to be anything but. As police delved deeper, they discovered that Khan had fled Hanoi shortly after Yen Nhi's disappearance, a move that further incriminated him. His attempts to evade capture included creating a misleading trail of transportation records designed to confuse investigators and buy himself time. Despite his efforts, the authorities remained relentless, coordinating a multi-provincial operation to track him down. The search intensified as police combed through surveillance footage, interviewed witnesses, and analyzed digital records, gradually narrowing down Khan's possible whereabouts. Their determination to bring justice for Yen Nhi's brutal murder galvanized the team, turning the case into a national priority. The culmination of relentless police efforts came 34 hours into an exhaustive manhunt, when authorities tracked Khan to an abandoned house nestled deep in a rural area overrun with dense vegetation. The house, derelict and isolated, provided a grim setting for the final chapter of this pursuit. Khan, cornered and visibly distressed, initially resisted capture. Armed with a knife and threatening self-harm, he demanded the police leave the premises. Recognizing the precariousness of the situation, the police employed careful negotiation tactics, bringing in Khan's relatives to coax him into surrendering. Despite their best efforts, his behavior grew increasingly erratic, prompting a shift in strategy. As Khan's attention wavered during these exchanges, officers executed a swift and decisive breach of the premises. Overpowered and restrained before he could act on his threats, Khan was taken into custody without further harm. The capture marked a turning point, offering some semblance of relief to a nation gripped by the brutality of Yen Ni's murder. With Khan now under interrogation, investigators began unraveling the dark motives and twisted dynamics that led to the horrific crime. Khan's obsession with Yen Ni began the moment he laid eyes on her at a public event, where her beauty and charisma captivated him. Determined to win her affection, he leveraged his connections to establish contact, presenting himself as a wealthy and influential businessman. Initially, his charm and seemingly sophisticated demeanor impressed Yen Ni, and their relationship blossomed. However, as time passed, cracks began to surface. Khan's facade of success unraveled, revealing a deeply insecure and controlling individual. His jealousy and possessiveness grew intolerable, often leading to heated arguments. Yen Ni, realizing the toxic nature of their relationship, attempted to distance herself from him. This rejection only fueled Khan's fixation, pushing him to desperate measures. On the day of the crime, an altercation escalated violently when Yen Ni reaffirmed her decision to end their relationship. Blinded by rage and a warped sense of entitlement, Khan committed the unthinkable. His actions were not only a tragic end to Yen Ni's promising life, but also a chilling reminder of how unchecked obsession and emotional manipulation can lead to devastating consequences. Yen Ni's brutal murder and the revelation of the dark dynamics behind it left a nation in shock, igniting widespread conversations about violence against women and the toxic relationships that often go unnoticed until tragedy strikes. Her story resonated deeply, shining a light on the vulnerabilities of young women and the importance of recognizing warning signs in abusive relationships. Yen Ni's promising future, filled with dreams of artistry and community service, was cut short, leaving her family and admirers grappling with grief and anger. Candlelight vigils were held in her honor, as friends and supporters gathered to celebrate her life and advocate for change. The case sparked demands for stricter laws against gender-based violence, reinforcing the need for societal efforts to address deep-seated issues of power and control. Her death became a rallying cry, symbolizing the urgency to empower victims to seek help and ensure that justice prevails. Yen Ni's legacy endures as a reminder of resilience, compassion, and the collective commitment to creating a safer world for all. If this story has struck a chord with you, consider supporting our mission by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Together, we can continue to uncover untold stories, raise awareness about the dangers of abuse, and advocate for a world where justice and accountability prevail. Share this video to spread awareness and inspire collective action against violence and injustice. Your engagement makes a difference.